Hi Stampers, it's Linda Schmidt with Stampin' with the Hounds. Today I have another fun technique. I'm calling it faux cast iron. You're basically taking some dark colored cardstock or neutral. I've been doing a variety of colors. I've done basic black, I've done basic gray, gray granite, or else even like Sahara sand. Would work too for these. So I'm going to be showing you all three of these cardstock options. And as always, I have lots of samples because I've been kind of playing around with it. And each one I've done a little bit different, just kind of playing around with it until I mastered the technique. So on the first few here I'm showing you, I used the black cardstock as my base. So on this one, you also will need your embossing folders. And this one is one of the new ones. It's called Painted Posies. So on that one I did the black cardstock and then I brushed it with some metallic ink. The inks are retired, but I know a lot of people still have some metallic colors from when we used to sell them. So if you don't have that, you can also use your Wink Stella, which I kind of did a little bit inside there with the pens. That's another option of doing it. So that's with the black and the Painted Posies. Here's another one with the ferns folder and then the aspen tree dies. So kind of that's on the black. Here's another one was this one on black? No, this one is on basic gray. So on this one you can actually see a little bit more of the color that I put on there, which was like the brown or the soft suede and evening evergreen. So you can kind of see that on top of the white. So it kind of gets a little bit more of that kind of rusty iron look to it. So that's with the fern on black. And then the rest of these are all on gray granite. So when you're using the lighter colored cardstock, you're able to see more of those colors that you're burnishing on there. So that's again with Painted Posies, and then this is with the new Go-To Greeting stamp set. Here's another one. This is with Leaf Fall. This one I did a little bit different. I actually used some non-Stampin' Up! Products on this one, especially for this kind of metallic look. So that one, again, this is just one I was kind of playing around with. This one I kind of did more of the, I think it was like some of the Tim Holtz distress crayons is what I used on that. So that's on the basic gray. No, this is on gray granite, sorry, on there, and that's with the Leaf Fall embossing folder. And then here's another one using Leaf Fall, and again, this is on the gray granite, and this one I did more of the debossed side, so more of the impression of the leaves instead of the raised images showing up. So that's again, I can have, and then I did a little bit more of like kind of like a shimmer spray all over on that one. And then my final one, I was just kind of playing around. I had some scraps. So this is on the black cardstock. So you don't really burnish except for just using the white ink pad. And then I went back and I kind of swiped it with some metallic ink to kind of give it that little bit of cast iron look. And then I did the evergreen tree punch and then the Campology stamp set for that one. So we are going to get started. So I'm going to show you first how to do them on each of these kind of colors, the cardstock colors. And I've got an extra one. All right, so you are going to need, I like to use my silicone little craft sheet just because it helps to hold the cardstock in place. Like I said, you're either going to use gray granite, and I've already embossed them with the Painted Posies folder to save on time. This one this is basic gray, again, Painted Posies folder. And then this one is basic black, and I did the Leaf Fall. So these are all been embossed just to save on time. You're then going to need, and this is only if you're really doing the lighter colors, you're going to need three kind of neutral. You'll need like a gray or even a black, a dark gray. So this is basic gray. You're going to need soft suede ink pad is what I've been using. And then evening evergreen, which is a really dark green, are the colors. And then your white craft pad. for that. And then an option, if you have a metallic ink pad, these are ones that we sold a few years ago in the holiday catalog and I still had them. This one is the copper, but again, this is optional. I just kind of like to do this. You can also use like some shimmer spray, or if you've got the distress crayons, or any type of metallic kind of ink, you can do that. So first, let's do with the black, just because this one's pretty simple. So for the black, you really only need your white ink pad, and I'm using my old one just so that I don't get my brand new white one all mucked up. So I'm going to use my old pad for this. Now you can either do a blending brush, or you can take one of your little daubers. So I already had a white dauber inked up, so I'm just going to be using the dauber for this. So you want to get some ink on your dauber, and you're going to very lightly, you're just kind of burnishing over, kind of in a swirling motion, over those embossed images as well as all of the cardstock. Okay, so kind of just like that. Now you can also take your ink pad and swipe it, but I know a lot of people struggle with this. They either get a big blotch and then it doesn't look good. So I prefer to do with just the dauber or your blending brushes. And you can always go back with your blending brush and kind of smooth it out if it looks too stark. Okay, so that's it for that one. Then you can, and this is what I've been doing, is I'm going to take my green, because now I've got that white on there, and I want to give it a quick shot with the heat gun just to make sure that this ink is dry. And then I'm going to take my blending brush with that Evening Evergreen, and I'm just going to focus on the leaves, and I'm just going to add a little bit of green. It doesn't always show, you probably can't see it on camera, but it does add a little bit of color. And then I just want to make sure that's dry. And then I'm going to go back with that white, and I'm just kind of swirling around, just kind of filling in. And then just soften that up a little bit. So you can see a little bit of that green kind of showing through. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I just want to wipe some of this craft ink off my mat so I don't get that on my ink pad. I'm then going to take this metallic ink pad. So this is a copper one. You can use gold or silver or whatever you have on hand. And now this one I am going to take and do direct to paper. So I'm just going to swipe this across the paper. And now I'm kind of getting that little metallic shimmer to it. Now again, if you don't have a metallic pad, if you can try like a distress crayon, you could do, if you've got some shimmer spray, you can spray it on there. But again, like I just have these metallic pads. I tend to keep a lot of my retired stuff. So that's what I kind of did on there. So that is that on the black. So that's all you need to do for the black cardstock. Now I'm going to do the same thing, and let's do basic gray. So now on the basic gray, you are going to be able to use that brown, the soft suede, the green, and then I'm going to do a little bit of basic gray as well, and a little bit of a combination of a black when I get done doing this. So now we're going to switch, and we're going to start doing with all three colors. I'm going to start with the browns and the greens. So we're going to do soft suede, Evening Evergreen, basic gray, and then I've got my Memento black as well. So I'm going to start with my soft suede. I'm going to use my blending brushes, and on this one I'm just going to start doing in a circular motion. I'm just going to put spots of brown just randomly on the cardstock. Okay, then I'm going to come in with the Evening Evergreen. Same thing, just random circular spots with the green. turn your cardstock. And then I might go back, I might add a little bit of brown here. Okay, then I'm going to do a little bit of the basic gray, and this is where I'm going to start darkening up those edges. I didn't do the black right away because it was like too dark, I thought. I wanted to be able to see that brown and green kind of peeking through. So I'll come back and do the black at the very end. So this is just basic gray that I'm swirling around the edges. So you're getting your arm workout in. Circular motion. Yeah, I started back to, so I had, for those of you who didn't know, I had spine surgery this summer and I was off work for 12 weeks. And so I finally went back to work these last 2 weeks part-time, and now next week I start back full-time. But wow, it was hard going back to work. Just getting my mindset, and then again sitting you know, for a work day in my office. So I've been able to get up and move around a lot. Same thing like when I'm stamping, I need to get up and stretch and move around so my back doesn't get stiff. So now there's with all of the 3 colors on there. Now I'm now going to go back with my white. Make some room here. And again, very lightly, I'm going to just kind of go over basically where my folder is, where the embossed images are. And I'm just in a circular motion going over those raised images. Very light touch. This just helps pop that image against that dark background. Like that. You could also, if you don't have a white craft pad, you could try, maybe I'll do that on the next one. You can try sanding, taking like a sanding box. I'll do that on the next one and see how that works. Okay, now I'm gonna go back with my black ink pad, and I'm just gonna kind of swipe across basically just the edges. Just trying to get that little bit of cast iron kind of vintage worn look. And then I can kind of go back with my blending brush and soften that up. And then if you need to pop up your colors again, you can go back with that white dauber as well. All right, so now you can leave it as is, and you don't even have to do that metallic ink pad on this one. So I'm just gonna leave this one as is. I'm not gonna bother. Otherwise I would, if I wanted to, I would just do that same thing like I did before, take the pad and swipe it across. But on this one, I'm gonna leave it without the metallic, because I think what I'll do is I might add a little bit of Wink Castella back on this one. So that's that. That was on the basic gray. Now let's do the gray granite, which is one of my favorite ones to do, to use for colors. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do the painted posies again. And again, now we're going to start with that soft suede. So we're just gonna circular motion. Now you'll be able to see these colors a little bit better because they're on a lighter cardstock. So just circular, just put down some colors of soft suede, and then we'll go in with the evening evergreen. Again, circular motion, just put down some pops of color. Okay. And then we'll go in with that basic gray. And if you want to, I forgot to grab it. I like to sometimes use a Post-it note. This way I'm not getting ink on my fingers as much. So I've got the sticky part like on my finger, so it's holding it in place. And now let's go ahead and go around and do basic gray. So on this lighter cardstock, this is where I'll do a little bit more of the black ink, especially when I get toward the edges. But for now, when I'm just filling in, I'm just going to be using that basic gray. Okay, now I'm going to take my black ink pad, and on this one I am just going to take and do direct to paper, and I'm just going to swipe across. And then I'm going to take with my blending brush and really get these edges nice and dark. And then if you want to go back and add any other colors, I'm going to go back and do a little bit more of this brown. Touch of green. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go with my white craft pad. So I want to make sure this ink is dry before I swipe my ink pad over it. So we're just going to give this a quick shot with the heat tool. Alright, and then let's take our dauber again, and we're just kind of focusing on those raised images. And then I just soften up if I've got any smudges with the white. I just go back with the blending brush and kind of blend those back in. And then on this one, I'm going to take that metallic ink pad again, and I'm going to swipe it direct to paper across. And I got a little bit more of a streaky. I'm putting a little bit more pressure because I want to see that streak. And if you don't like it, again, you can kind of go in with that blending brush and pick off some of that color if it got too heavy-handed. And then I just make sure I kind of wipe off my ink pad just so it gets rid of some of that white ink that was on there. All right, so that's the other one. This is on this gray granite with the 3 colors and the white and the metallic. So again, if you feel like you need a little bit more of that white showing, you can always go back. That's what's kind of nice about this technique. It's very forgiving. You can kind of keep going back and layering on top of it. So those are the 3 backgrounds. So now let's go ahead and turn these into cards. Clean up my ink pads here so I don't get my cards in the ink pad. Okay. Get that out of the way. So let's see here. Let's see. We've got these 3. So on my leaf one, I was going to do, and I already kind of pre-cut some things just to save on time. So I pre-cut, I love the aspen tree die. This, I didn't get the stamp set because I'm not a fan of the big bird that was in here. And I think I threw the dies somewhere anyway, but I love the dies. So this is that tree background, and then these are the 2 leaves that I'm using, and then this is like another little bushel of leaves. I think on my, yeah, that's this die right here is that one. And then the tree branch. So love, love, love this die. So I pre-cut these already. And this is the one that we did on the black. So I think for my card, we're gonna layer this on soft suede. Let's see here. And I think I wanted my card going portrait. Kind of had this envisioned in my head. So let's see here. And make sure this is cut correctly. Yeah, it's a little long. This one. There we go. All right, so we've got our leaf and prints. Let's go ahead and glue this onto the 1/4 sheet of soft suede. So my black was 3 3/4 by 5. My soft suede is 4 by 5 1/4. And then my card base is the gray granite, and it's just a 1/2 sheet of cardstock folded in half. My bone folder, there it is. And then we'll attach this onto the card base. And like I said, I wanted it falling this way, because we're going to have it be portrait instead of landscape. Yeah, and this leaf fall die, this is in the 2022 holiday mini catalog. It's kind of hidden in there, but it's on, I don't have my catalog down here, but it's in kind of like that fall section in the mini catalog. Okay, and then let's do, so this is my new favorite, and of course it's called Go-To Greetings, but it has beautiful script. It has basically the happy birthday, thinking of you, just a note, and thank you in 3 different fonts and sizes, which is kind of nice. So this is brand new. This is $24. This is in the 2022 annual catalog, and it's a cling stamp. So it's going to be the ones with the red rubber, and that sticks onto your acrylic block. So great go-to greetings stamp set. So let's see here. We're going to have, and these I cut out with the metallic gold and copper paper. So it's kind of pretty. So I think I'm going to do one here, one here. Maybe something like that. So I think I will put dimensionals on my greeting. I thought I had some on my desk already. It's the gremlins they take off. Here we go. Okay. So let's put our one leaf down, because I know that one's going to go underneath this. One there. And then these will be popped up. I think I'm going to do one. Yeah, I think I'll just pop up both of these. And then I will keep this one. This will just be glued on to the card. And we'll do another one kind of right there. All right, so that is that one on the black. That one's done. All right, and then this one, I think I only have, did I cut? Maybe I didn't cut enough. I don't think I did. So I think we'll just have time just to make this one. Yeah, because I cut this. So I've got the soft succulent cardstock, and then I've got my gray granite card. So yeah, that looks good. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere this onto the soft succulent quarter sheet of cardstock. This will get layered onto the card base, which was the gray granite. So just half a sheet of cardstock, fold it in half, and this is going to be the landscape way. Fold it just a little crooked here. Okay, and then I've got already a stitched rectangle cut out on the gray granite, and I think on this one, if it fits, yeah, I think I'll just do the thank you. Or do I want, no, I think I'll just do the thank you. Can always use a thank you card. And I think on here I'm going to ink this in, I'm going to do, what do I want to do? Oh, I was going to do ribbon, and I forgot to do that. So we'll just change this up a little bit. On this one. Yeah, because I was going to put ribbon on it, but I forgot the ribbon. That's okay. So I'm going to use one of these little leaf trinkets. So I think I will stamp this in. I think I am going to do the green. Ink the thank you in Evening Evergreen, and this is going on to the gray granite cardstock. And then these are the little leaf trinkets. This is in the Holiday Mini Catalog too. And these, what I like to do is I actually just take a glue dot and put a glue dot on the back of these just to kind of hold it in place. So I'm just putting a glue dot on here because I'm kind of just tucking it behind. You can also use some like liquid glue to hold it, but sometimes I think the glue dots work just as well. So I'm just putting some glue dots underneath these leaves just to kind of hold it in place behind there so you don't see the glue showing through. And then I'll do kind of one down here just to hold it. And then I'll take, I think I'll do dimensionals again. And I'm just using my pick tool to help pull off the backing from the dimensionals. And we'll just put this right about there. And get a little bit of ink on here. And then I think I will add, we'll do a little bit of these brushed metallic adhesive dots, and I think I'll probably do the gold. Or do I want, maybe I will do more of this kind of, whoops. Just throw a couple of these on. All right. So that is the faux cast iron technique. So have fun with it. Like I said, try, give it a whirl with some different cardstock colors. And again, with your ink pads. And then I would love to see your creation. So make sure you join my Stampin' with the Hounds VIP Facebook group page. I also have just a normal page too, where I post some specials and stuff on there as well. So thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will stamp again with you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.